Hello and welcome to a new live stream here from the Cardshark studio in Essen. Today it's only me. Philo is not available today due to some private circumstances that happened during the weekend, and because I could not get him that quickly over, Mark can also not join me. Therefore I'm on my own. And we will do a Q&A session today because I really wanted to do one big YouTube stream about shuffle methods, doing it with special trick decks, what would be the shuffle methods that will keep the stack or some cards, and so on and so on. This will come next week. I can tell you that, well, you might have noticed that a couple of the last few weeks we were not very active. Actually, we did not do anything, and that was based on several occasions. The first one was when we wanted to do the, you know what, first let's do the intro. So as far as I remember, it was a couple of weeks ago when we wanted to go online, and we always do every Monday a YouTube stream, first in German language, then we do it in English language. And we already struggled going online with the German one because the camera setup did not work at all. And we had to do a troubleshooting here because OBS that we are using together with ATEM and several camera techniques was giving us a hard time. We could not go online, the sound was not there, video was not there, and so on and so on. And we were almost an hour late with our German stream. Therefore, we got it to work more or less as an emergency broadcast, and that's why I skipped the English one, because I was so late that the English YouTube stream would never have worked. And then the week later I was not there. Philo tried to go online and doing a live YouTube live stream together with a guest that would come online, and that was Jonathan Levitt, and somehow the connection didn't work. I also have sometimes still trouble with this. Anyhow, long story short, today I reset all my systems. Green screen is working nice. I hope the colors are nice, more or less. Sound is working, everything. So I really wanted to see that the gear is coming back to life. Everything is working, reliable. And therefore I'm here with for you with Q&A and all possible ideas that we could share. And therefore we'll see how long this YouTube stream will be. Certainly when you are not watching this live, but as a recording, then please leave a comment down under the video and leave a like so that we can answer the questions not during the YouTube stream, but in the comments down there. But maybe also give me some ideas what should come next. Well, we had several topics in the German stream already that I can now pick up from, but I'm also very open to see your comments here, and I will answer any question that you will give me here in the chat one as well. Hi Mark, hi Frank, great to see you again. These are, I guess, two guys coming in from the German stream as well. We really had to cut it short after 1 hour. We were still not having answered all the questions, but I did my very best. Well, guys, what you don't know, the English ones or the English-speaking community, they don't know that we are working on a new website for a pretty long time already. And because, okay, I can really say that our card-shark.de website is outdated, and that it really should see several improvements. But this is something that is way deeper than you might expect it. It's not just a new makeover and that's it, but we have so many layers in the second and third row for the back office on the other side. that this all needs to be replaced, that's really difficult. Therefore, we are right now testing the German one. We are still improving it there. And once this one is all set, then I certainly will start with the English version as well. But if you already have some ideas what you would love to see in our on our website, what we should discuss, what we should offer, then please let me know. I'm open-minded a lot, and we will see how far we get with our offer, with our products, etc. So on which criteria do you decide which effects you reject and which effects you release? That's a very, very good question. Actually, again, water. Actually, you won't believe, but right now I saw an effect of Michael Chatelain in between the German stream and the English stream. And he showed me his idea because he needs a specific tool made for this. I have seen the effect. It looks promising, and so far I have no idea about the method. And so for me, definitely the performance that I would see when someone has an idea is something that would intrigue me. If I would immediately look through the method, then this is kind of tricky because I think nowadays magicians like to be fooled. Otherwise they would just say, it's just like replace with anything that you know. I learned it the hard way that when we released a really, really strong effect, what was based on a Mark Svengali deck, then as soon as the method was revealed, it was the reaction of the magician, it's just a Svengali deck. I was totally stupid, but yeah, it just did not take off. And so even if it was a great idea, a principle that is seemingly well known is not what most magicians would like. So this is not very easy to do. Here we go. Will there be a Card Shark Sommerfest this year? The first one was really great. Yeah, for all the guys who are not from Germany, we did this not last year but the year before when we started the Card Shark College. We have a Card Shark College here, a room for workshops, what makes really sense if you are coming from here. And we did a great summer festival back then, and certainly I would love to do another one as well, but time flies. And if I would already see that Mark Süper, a friend of us who also has a great community, already organized everything for his community event in September, then my head tipping goes to him. I have not even prepared the roadshow here for our German community, where we wanted to visit 6 different cities in Germany in September. And the organization, I'm open to this, but I think I would have to give this organization to someone to be able to deal with it, because I would run out of time very, very soon. There are so many tasks on my to-do list. If I would also now have to do the Card Shark Summer Festival, would not work. However, as we have a team, maybe Philo wants to take over, maybe Mark wants to help with it, then we can talk about it, and I'm open to this. I also, let me do this. My telephone. So the thing is, we want to do the roadshow in September, and I figured out that when I was talking about it with Frank, that our event in Essen would be in conflict with the community event of Mark Süper. I convinced the team members of the roadshow that we would switch the weeks, that the weekend of Mark, what is in the Ruhr area, that would be in the week where we would be in Frankfurt and Munich, so that there would be no conflict in between the people who would now have to decide, do they go to the event of Mark or to our roadshow. So this is already a good news, and we will see how we will get up and running with this. But anyhow, let's stay outside of Germany because this is the international stream, and we will see how we can help the international guys from around the world. Yes, thank you again for joining. And what else is about the criteria and the effects? So I also just got another email in from a guy. I spoke about the PST trick in the German stream already. And this gentleman from Italy just sent me a new effect. I have not seen the effect yet. I just saw his message and I was thinking, oh my God, when should I do this one? But first of all, we have to do the YouTube stream here. So we get sometimes people will submit an idea, sometimes just for themselves, and they need some cards made for them. And when I really get intrigued, then I'm asking, what are you doing with this one? Or this really looks cool. Have you ever thought of promoting it or whatsoever, and so forth? And we go from there. And sometimes I see an idea and I think, oh, it's super, but it needs some improvement, and sometimes I immediately have an idea how to improve it. So this will go into this direction. For instance, intuition is one of those routines where it was by Anka and Luca, the FISM winners in mentalism, who came up with the idea towards me, and I convinced them to do a different type of preparation because I thought, okay, this preparation that I would do is, in my opinion, way better than the one that they were having in mind. And therefore, when we released it, I'm really happy that they were able to, that I could commit them to the new preparation. And that's why I love intuition a lot, because it has the preparation of the Destiny deck in, for all the guys who already know that effect. Which effects are you most have for close-up artists in Card Shark Store? Well, here's the first thing also, Knight, that we don't have only a Card Shark Store. We now also have a Bar Shark and a Mind Shark Store, meaning it all started as the specialist for playing cards, and then we also added items for mentalism and items for bar magic or anything that is bar related, where you would not use a deck of cards, like wine glasses, producing a champagne glass from an empty bag, or the wild dice, for instance, a trick with 3 matchboxes and a dice under the matchboxes. For me, I really love my wild dice now. It's Mark Leverage's wild dice effect that he already has developed in the 80s, I would say, and performed it at the L&L Publishing video series. When he retired, he sold me the idea and the effect, and after sourcing all the items that were needed to this, again about 1 or 2 years in production before we would release it, we released that effect, the wild dice, and after a while performing it myself, I figured out, what if there would be an improvement? And I thought it was great. And Roger today, my guy, who is a magician himself and is working with Card Shark for more than 10 years. So if you ever have seen us at a convention in America or England, etc., Roger was with me there always. Then you would know him. He's a great magician, great performer, great salesperson as well. And he finally had to commit, okay, that was a great idea, a great improvement. And when I then showed him the improvement of the improvement that Frank and I developed recently as an extra add-on for the wild dice, I think, well, he was really blowing his mind. It was just so good. So yes, I would say wild dice right now is my favorite effect. And then it's all about what is your setup in close-up? Are you table hopping? What is your pocket management? Are you having a box with you? What other effects are your favorite effects? Are you doing anything with ropes or sponges or whatsoever, because certainly all our effects are using, or most of them are using, special playing cards, and you cannot just put your bags full with everything. So it's something where you would have to make a selection what fits into your pockets, what you want to transport. So I would say, first of all, a regular deck of cards. However, my regular deck of cards is not even a regular one. I would use a marked deck anyway, because our marked decks are so good that they survive even a further inspection. Therefore, why wouldn't I use a marked deck? So that would be mine. Then a stripper deck is always a good idea if you want to have it. I would also have maybe a second deck as in the setup of a mnemonica, for instance, because there are a lot of potential effects that you can do with a stacked deck. Absolutely. And then certainly a double decker, depending on which effect you want to perform. If it's a one-way force, double decker, and so on and so on. These decks are just making the life way more easy than you might ever expect. Now, are you already using some of our products? And if yes, which ones are your favorite? Yes, I do table hopping in bars, and I have more pockets I ever will need. What? Okay, so you have a lot of pockets where you can put stuff inside. I can tell you actually how Patrick Page was working. He told this to me when he was still alive. When he was booked for table hopping, he was not doing a full program at one table, doing all the effects and then going to the next table, doing all the effects there, and then again and again. He was just having all his stuff in a neighbor room, and he would just grab 2 effects or so that he wanted to perform, and would now go from table to table to table with the shorter performance, just 1 or 2 effects, so that he would be able to cover a lot of different tables in a shorter time. And then he would go again to the other room, drops off his stuff, and went for another effect or 2 and performed this again at these tables. Therefore, the table were more frequently visited by him, and he said it was way better than just doing a longer session at one table, so that the tables would have to wait much longer to see him. So that's, I think it's not a bad idea at all, and pocket management then certainly is nothing at all. It's the clown nose one. I love to give it to the nose of the husband or the waiter. That's a good one. Have you ever considered having a second nose, actually, or a third one, just as an idea? Oh, what is this effect? Actually, it is based on an idea of Tom. I think it was Tom Mullica who was doing it, where you would have a clown's nose always on hand, and yeah. So the card effect is one thing, but the other idea is that he was using the sponge, a small sponge nose, and would put it, for instance, on his own nose, on his passport, so, or driver's license, etc. And if he would be at an airport or whatsoever, he would give his passport to the person in front of him, and meanwhile, while this person is checking his passport, he's secretly putting on his nose. So that moment when this person now sees the picture of him in his passport, and there's a clown's nose on top of his face, and this person now looks up and sees exactly that image. For me, it's hilarious when I heard about it. So I can tell you my story, my own experience with it. I tried this at the airport in Düsseldorf, and it was the worst experience ever. You have no idea. I tried it, and I have to say I glued this little sponge nose to my passport picture, and I secretly put it on, And this person behind the counter, the check-in counter, she was so busy, she did not even look. She just opened it like this, boop, scanned it in, did not even look at the picture. And I was like, damn it, what should I do? And I was standing there with the clown's nose on, and she was not even looking up. She was just working on her computer. So maybe there's still some footage of surveillance cameras having an idiot with the clown's nose on for 2 minutes, and nobody would ever notice it, because after 2 minutes I just thought, okay, that's so stupid. She never looked into the picture of the passport. She never looked up. So I just took away the clown's nose. This gag was just for myself, and nobody ever has seen me at the airport with a clown's nose. So that was my experience. Totally strange. But yeah, sometimes you have to do strange stuff. Yeah, so if you would have not only one clown's nose, but 2 or 3. No, you can do it at a wedding if you like. You give it to the future husband, and maybe also you have yourself one. And when you come to the question, and the prediction will then say you will have a hot night with a clown. And then suddenly it's not only the husband having the clown's nose, but you as well. And you can now say, well, you can choose. That might be a different layer of stuff, and you have to decide if you are able to bring this joke so that you can perform and do more there. Yes, so yeah, that's the other thing. Frank is already saying you should always be careful when entering the country. That's the other part. I certainly peeled off the sponge when I had to go through immigration in the USA. I thought, the last country that would have humor at an immigration counter would be one guy at the at the USA. And my recent experiences in Detroit, the experiences really showed that I was doing better not having the clown's nose. The experience was not that great, but anyhow, I got in, knock on wood, everything worked well so far. Anyhow, any more questions? What else can I tell you? Well, we are working on a new website on the German side, and I really have a long list of to-dos, what I want to implement there. First of all, certainly to keep up all the features that we already have in the old one. Okay, it's not the nicest looking one, but it has all the features. But I also want to improve several things, and one that really annoys me a little bit is the necessity right now that for every trick that you get from us, you would have to sign up to see the instruction page. And I'm really sorry to get you through this hassle. I try to avoid this. So the first plan will be that once you registered your products in your own profile on our new website, you would have an overview list where you can now access all the products, all the product videos that you already purchased. That's certainly something I want to do, so that you don't have to register every time over and over again, and you will find everything in one special location. What else can I do? Yes, what else can I say? It's a little bit difficult. I hope that we will be able to start with the English website. Let's say we are in April. I have also to realize that we will need to do B2B website for our dealers. That is very important. And after having this one established, then we have to come to the English speaking one. My biggest issue there is that that we need to stay in 2 currencies, not only the English one including VAT, but also the dollar version without VAT for all the customers outside of Europe. And then we also have to make sure that we can still provide the shipping from our US warehouse for all the instruction, for all the guys who don't know. We have our warehouse here in Germany for all our European customers, but we also have our warehouse in California where we are shipping out all the US customers' orders so that they will get it within 1 or 2 days as well and don't have to wait too long. And the new web shop has to fulfill all these needs as well. Yeah. What was the question? Will instruction videos be able to download by my account like at Penguin Magic? Yes and no. I'm not so sure about the download. Most producers are allowing not a download but a streaming, like in Netflix or Amazon Prime, etc. You're not able to download them to your computer forever, but you get them as a streaming service. This is certainly something that will stay. Sometimes, however, we will get a request, and sometimes I'm doing a specific download that gets your own a watermark with your name in it, so that this will not pop up at different pages like the Chinese knockoff pages or somewhere else in Europe, because it's really a shame that most of the videos that other magic producers are releasing are not even a day old, and you could already buy them very cheap from a third party in China for a couple of dollars, and that's just a shame. So I need to protect the property and the intellectual property and the work that we put into all this. It's a lot of work, a lot of financial upfront cost. And if the Chinese, sorry I have to say that, if they are now taking profit by robbing my content and then releasing it on their side, I mean, it's something I have to protect myself as well. I hope you understand. But with the watermark, we certainly can do something. Sure. Just let me look. Yep, so far so good. What else did I want to say? Next week we will do a great stream about shuffle techniques, where we will also work with trick decks. At least that's something that someone mentioned in the German stream, and I thought, well, that would be something to try, because with Cupid is a great effect from us, from Pitt Hartling. I can highly recommend it, and it uses a special trick deck. And with this special trick deck, you are able to shuffle it as well. However, you have to be a little bit careful when you shuffle, so that the shuffling is not mixing the cards too much, let's say, because you want to have a certain outcome when you want to perform this effect. And when you do it right and train a little bit how to shuffle, then it gets extremely easy. But until then, it's a little bit frustrating when it's not running all the time, if it's not working 100%. So this is something that certainly can be improved by experience, and therefore I guess that we will also talk about this next week. I already have this list over here of all the different kind of shuffling methods that we wanted to talk with you about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and since then we had so many problems technically and whatever. No complaints, no further complaints. I think we are all done. I think if I don't see any more questions, then I'm happy to stop this stream at this point. We managed to be online for half an hour. I thank you so much for joining me for this half an hour, and I'm pretty sure that we will have a great next Monday when we see us again on this YouTube channel. Please let me see, if you want to do it, please do it. Leave a like. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. It will help me a lot to get higher visibility. It's so strange that we don't have the same amount of people here in the stream like in the German one. It's really rare, and I wish that we could grow our community, but I need your help, especially your help. So leave a comment, leave a like, whatever brings more visibility. Thank you so much. It's highly welcome. Let me see something here. Do you think about a new video instruction I'm able to stream after buying would be more modern for the new homepage? well, the instructions for the stripper decks, etc., all these are written instructions. And certainly, for instance, what was trick of the year as well was the effect, for instance, Get Sharky. And Get Sharky, believe it or not, does not have an online instruction like videos whatsoever, because it's such a the beauty of this effect is the simplicity, how well it is performing, that actually a leaflet is giving you all that you need to know about performing this effect. There's no video necessary. You can just open it up and you are ready to perform it immediately. That's how easy it is. And the same actually with the stripper deck. Certainly we can do more effects and video instructions. That's another thing I want to really to work on once the normal website is running. This is something, as said, we have the Card Shark College here as well. That's something as well where I want to also allow new magicians to join us with less experience, because it's more and more difficult to find a magic club nearby, finding magic friends, finding a tutor, a magic shop, etc. So it's more and more difficult to get into magic without just watching some YouTube videos of questionable content where people are giving away secrets in a very strange way, that they are not even showing the whole beauty about the thinking and the secrets that are behind the curtain, just by here you do you turn over 2 cards, that's it. This is not how you really teach magic. This is not how it should be done. Therefore, let's see if we can improve the whole appearance of magic through Card Shark, and this will be something. Will you make refills for card? Are you CIB? Is this something like card? Now, what is the CIB? Frank, please let me know what is a refill for CIB. Card in box, card in bottle, or I have no idea what CIB is standing for. So this needs to be explained, and then I will be happy to answer this question. We try to do refills for almost all the tricks sooner or later. The cool thing about the Card Shark stuff is I never produce tricks just for selling. I would never do this. I hate when producers are just producing something to make money on it, so that they would now end up in the drawer of broken dreams, will never be performed. I don't like that. I hope that our effects are so good that they really find a great use in your daily magic. I would also openly share the secrets when we see us at the convention and so on and so on. I always show the methods behind all this. I cannot do this online, I cannot do it in the YouTube streams, but I will get you there, or I do it in a private session, because I think once you know how beautiful the methods are, then you will also understand if this trick is working for you or not. Now I get it, the cards in bag. Actually, I don't even have the normal decks for the cards in bags. I have some sets here, as you know, that were the original from Duvivier. I think they were Jerry Nuggets or something. But I still have to cut them down in Phoenix decks and then offer the ones that I still have here. Yes, Frank, we can talk about this, and Frank is also working for us. So if you want to have more work for yourself, then you are happily welcome to prepare some refills for cards in bags. You certainly can do this. I will teach you how to do that. And then if you do them, we can offer them to all the customers if you like. Okay, so far so good. Thank you so much for joining us, or me, at this YouTube stream. I'm all set to switch off the cameras right now, and I hope I will see you next week on Monday. Thank you so much for joining us. Until then, bye bye.